Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. It's Tarot Wednesday.
Hello.
Yay. So everything's always better with Sarah. So, hello. This is the Black and Orange channel. I am here literally every single day of the year without exception, and I have been for almost 4 years. Actually, it will be toward the end of April. It will be 4 years, and then it will be over 4 years. Yep, nice. I'm always here. I'm here to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. And we've got a fantastic community here because of you. You have been so kind to each other, and you've been so kind to us. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. On Wednesdays, Miss Sarah is kind enough to do the time stamping. You're so cool.
Yes. Thank you.
And so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, whatever works for you. So, oh no, Jamie Johnson says, I just got a Trump ad.
Yuckadoo.
But anyway, all right. Joyce Matthews, once a week. What's once a week, my friend?
Oh, okay. Me here, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Wednesdays.
Yes.
Although sometimes Sarah's kind enough to jump in, especially on big news days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Depends what's going on.
Oh yeah.
But
well, let's dive in.
Okay.
At 2 minutes and 20. Sharon Rice has an interesting question. When the RNC inevitably cannot come up with the $500 million plus Trump needs to pay all of his fines and legal bills, will Laura break it to him, or is she going to make Eric do it? I was amused.
Well, yes.
Because that's creeping up on us, is it not?
Oh, funny you should ask that. Because yeah. Okay. Is it petty of me? I have been waiting. I, like you, have been waiting for years for this man to be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a timer.
Yes.
And I'll be showing this every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Trump has 12 days and 3 hours, 40 minutes, 58 seconds until close of business on March 25th in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, March 25th to post.
Yeah. He's got to come up with 455 to either put in escrow for an appeal or to pay his fines in full. And if that doesn't happen, then
they can start seizing his stuff.
Yeah. Just snatching it up like a bad wig.
So Letitia James can send in the sheriffs.
Mm-hmm.
Even with because if he doesn't come up with it, he can't appeal.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. 12 days, 3 hours, 40 minutes, 1 second. Okay. So
TikTok. Yes. So you guys are awesome.
Well, first of all, will he come up with the money? Is what this is. Yeah, I don't think the RNC. I agree. And Angela M. There's no way the RNC can fork over $500 million to cover that. Yeah, I don't think they have that much.
No, we'll be looking at that later.
Yeah. Do the sheriffs need gas money? This is brutal to a man who's been lying about his worth.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be so petty. But
no, look, all we want is this man to be held accountable in a court of law.
Yes.
With a fair trial, and he's had a fair trial, and he was found liable, and we just want him to have to face the consequences. So if somebody wants to think that's petty of us being no, this is how it should be. People should be held accountable. So we were happy with that. And law enforcement, she's Letitia James, she's not holding back. And this is Trump trying to communicate. And this is Letitia James partnering with someone on her side. And this is still weakness of trying to get a message. It's not enough.
I mean, there's only so many penny wrappers that they can use to shake out the change from the couch cushions at the headquarters. I mean, there's if it's not there, it's not there.
Yeah, but no, I'm asking if Trump will come up with the money at all.
At all, yeah. Yes.
Again, he's in a very weak position. There has been a major judgment against this fool who was lying about lying about his self-worth, but it's lying about his material. What's the word I'm looking for? Something worth. Net worth?
Net worth. His material net worth. Yeah.
Yeah, his material net worth. But he has a major judgment against this fool who's still going in there and running his mouth. And this is, I don't know, trying to get money from Kushner or something. Magician trying to wheedle money out of somebody somewhere.
He's not getting any money out of Kushner after what he did to his grandkid over the weekend. That's not happening.
But let me have a closer look at this to get some clarification, because is there some sucker he's going to be able to talk into it, like
Mike Lindell 2.0? Yeah.
Well, Mike Lindell, or the guy from what was his name? Where he got the 90 million or whatever, 91 million.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't
remember his name.
John France, I don't think Elon has the money to give him, to be perfectly honest. Elon's days of just yeeting money randomly at his friends is done, because for one, the astronomical child support that man pays every month. For two, Tesla is going down the drain, and he just decided to throw away all kinds of money at Twitter. So I don't think Elon has it.
Yeah, they're saying he might be useful in some way to co-sign, but why would he?
Yeah.
I was picking up him willing to maybe promote Trump on X at most. That's about all I was picking up. There were days since I have been here for so long, because even before the 4 years of solid being on every day, this channel started in June of 2018. So we've been through quite a bit together. And I remember the days where it seemed like Trump was at the top of the Wheel of Fortune. But toward the end, I kept saying it feels like he's falling over the other side, because that's the thing about the Wheel of Fortune. It turns. And then there's a point where you're down here with Anubis getting crushed under the wheel. And over here you've got this. Oh, I can't remember who this snake is. There's somebody. This is a mythological thing, but it's a symbol of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So you're down here with Anubis and chaos, and that's where he is now. You know, the whole star thing. He still has some hanger-ons because of that, but America is poorer, and there are a lot of people who are no longer with us because of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming to light. We saw this, and we'll talk later about their racism is also coming to light.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not like we didn't know before, but holy buckets.
Oh, yeah.
There's a legal decision. There's also voting. And there are prosecutors. These are not cards of him paying off that money. The magician is trying to duck and dodge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And
so here's the thing. If in New York, if he doesn't come up with the money, he can't appeal, right?
Right.
And if he doesn't pay the money he owes because he can't raise it, or he doesn't, whatever, then they can do what?
Letitia James is prepared to start, according to Business Insider, and I will put this link with this question. She's prepared to start seizing his assets the first thing on the Tuesday morning, the 26th. So she's prepared. She's got all of her papers drawn up, ready to just send them to the clerk to file.
And would he be able to get a stay on that from another judge?
Not from what I've seen. If there is somebody with a better legal mind than mine, please. But from what I understand, nope. And to clarify a couple of things that popped up in the chat, the Truth Social thing, if he were to get any money out of that it would be at least 6 months out. And we're talking days for this. We're 12 days. There's no way. No, Tesla might not be going down the drain, but Musk's position at Tesla and the money he has tied up in Tesla, because they've got a bunch of stuff going on with the board of directors. He's clashing with folks because of his award-winning personality. So, yeah, Musk can't get in any more. He can't put his fingers in any more pies at the moment. So, but yeah.
Well, last set of cards on this. I've got judgment with an institution right behind it. Oh, and Letitia James. Communication, still trying to make himself look like a victim, trying to look like he's really rich. Oh, we've got happy families with New York State starts getting the money that was stolen from them.
Good.
And here's Trump still trying to duck and dodge, but all you're doing is trying to duck and dodge and delay. And there comes a point where it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah. Well,
we're gonna get to that, lucky girl. We're gonna get to that.
In fact, that's where we're at now.
Hey.
So at 14:15, Bernadette asks, now that Judge McAfee has dismissed 3 of Trump's charges, will any more charges be dropped before all is said and done? Now, you looked at that, and it's not as it seems.
No. Okay, no. Let me make sure I get these. Okay. So McAfee has thrown out 6 of the 41 charges. Okay. But he has made it clear that the prosecutor can refile them. The allegations need to be more specific.
That protects it in appeal too, I would assume.
Right. The ruling affects 3 of the 13 felony counts Trump faces, though not the central charge of racketeering aimed at overturning the election. Several of the dismissed counts do not involve Trump, but involve some of the others. By the way, this is from Politico. And McAfee emphasized prosecutors may refile the charges with greater detail. It's just saying that some of the allegations were too generic. The lack of detail concerning an essential legal element is fatal, McAfee wrote. So that's what's going on there.
And CC Ryder says in the chat that the 6 charges alleging Trump and 5 co-defendants had illegally urged elected officials in Georgia to violate their oaths containing essential elements of crimes, but failed to allege sufficient detail. Yeah, so it just needs to be worded different, so that way everything is legal and above board. So this is not a we're yeeting things. This is luckily this is McAfee and not canon. So a dismissal doesn't mean but it just means we need to dot our I's, cross our T's a little better. So
do we have anything about, I don't think we do. Do we have anything about Trump ignoring his grandson?
Give me 1 second and I will have that right to you. I sent that to you this
Oh, no. I'm saying because we had a question in the chat, but I thought we had something in here on that. But if we don't,
no, we don't. No,
fair enough.
No.
All right. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Trump ignored his grandson.
Yeah, just walked right by him. Didn't even acknowledge him. Made him sad.
Yep.
So, yeah. There's if it's all over X. If somebody wants to Google that, just put your Trump grandson. It'll pop right up. So. All right. So, did you want to read on that on the drop charges to make sure that everything is? You're good. Just to make sure that everything's going to work out good. So,
McAfee crossing T's and dotting I's. He's just trying to be thorough. He wants everything grounded in existing law. He wants details. He doesn't want any of this blowing up on appeal, which is why he's willing to put up with a lot, listen to a lot. He knows he's dealing with utter corruption and contempt. And that they have a plan that no matter what, they're going to derail the whole situation. So he's sweating the details. And there's these people, they have a weak argument, but they've got pretty deep, relatively deep pockets compared to most of the people who come through McAfee's court. This doesn't look like anybody getting away with anything.
Good.
Will they come up with more specifics and refile? You're so toast. Higher wisdom. They tried to hem in Fonnie Willis for her relationship, but no, her team's good.
Yep.
And in the sun, Ace of Cups. This is just fine. This is going to be just fine.
Just little housekeeping. I'm here for it. Cherry Bomb wants to know this Joseph. It's Ivanka's boy. Is this the grandchild he delivered?
I forgot about that. Yes.
So did I.
CC Ryder saying basically McAfee stating the oath of office that elected officials in Georgia take is too broad for charges. Hang on, they jumped. For charges attempted to cause officials to break their oath. Well, so no one in Georgia can be taken.
No, it needs to specifically say which oath it was. Because right now the charge is attempted to make them break their oath, but it doesn't go into detail as to the hows and the whys and what particular part of the oath. All that needs to be ironed out.
Okay. All right. Because I was going to say, what's the point of an oath if it can't be?
Yeah. All righty. Well, we are moving on. Okay, Kristen at Uncover the News had a question at 20:45. Does Trump want to debate Biden early because he knows his cognitive issues are getting worse?
Mr. Narcissism. I don't know that Mr. Narcissism is going to. I don't know that he would even think along those lines, because there's nothing wrong with him. Yeah. He cannot. The thing about narcissistic personality disorder is that he cannot question his strength. Mm-hmm. Whatever strength he thinks he has, he cannot question them, or the whole facade crumbles.
Like a sandcastle. Yes.
Yeah. So anything about him going to court with a walker, pretending to be ill,
or it's not going to happen.
Recognizing he's losing a step. I don't think you can get there from here. Besides, the people around him are still blowing smoke. He thinks he's up there doing a great job, and he gets a great reaction when he swears and when he's crass and insulting and making fun of people with stutters.
Yeah.
Yes, do make fun of children. Secrets. Whatever problem he's having, it's a secret. And yeah, I mean, he could be losing his marbles. They could just be pouring out of his ear, and it doesn't matter. He's still the emperor. And there's nothing that can change that in his own mind.
Oh, that's got to be exhausting. To be that narcissistic, it has to be exhausting. Good night.
And the thing is that it isn't a matter that he was born with the narcissism he has. I mean, I think he was born with a penchant. If there were some genetics there that could activate. But he has made decisions over and over and over.
And he's the baby, isn't he? Yeah.
No. Isn't he in the middle?
I thought he was the baby.
I don't know.
But it was part of it was fostered, I'm assuming. And then
Yeah. And Mary Trump isn't a raging narcissist.
No.
So
oh yeah. All right. Well, at 23:50, N.R. Milford wanted to know, will 45 use the RNC to launder dark money now that Laura is in there? Oh, yes. Robert was younger. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I stand corrected.
Was he the oldest boy?
Yes, the girls were older. It was him and Robert, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that too. So y'all let me know. I'm okay with not being a Trump expert. I'm totally okay with not having those facts in my head. So sorry, go ahead.
No, you don't have anything to apologize for. What's the question again exactly?
Will 45 use the RNC to launder dark money?
There's not much money here. There's not much power in these in this energy. It's very flat. That's why I'm a little puzzled. I mean, we've got the RNC was not exactly doing a bang-up job trying to kick down the Biden strengths. We know there was huge judgment. We know this whole push to get Laura into place is there. Page of Swords. We know they've gotten rid of a bunch of people who didn't like Trump. 60 people just kaboom. Oh, thank you, Lainey. Thank you. Thank you.
Very sweet.
But I've got a 4 of Swords here and a Hierophant. That's the RNC, but that's not an effective RNC. If voting and action, this is quiet as a tomb. And that's a page. That's weak. So for all the action here, then this energy is just flat. Let me see what else I can get. Will Trump launder money through the RNC? Will the Trump family launder money through the RNC? We've got a Queen of Cups. That's Laura being part of the family, actually getting some attention. You know, there's a Justice and a Hermit behind her, but those aren't the strengths there. That's for the reading. That's the reading itself. Page of Cups. On the defensive, King of Swords. All this energy is just flat. I wonder if they're going to have trouble raising money, period, or getting money through their period, because Laura Trump has made it perfectly clear all the money's going to Trump.
Oh yeah. We're about to talk about all that. That's a coming in the next few questions.
Okay.
So, at 27. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you?
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. At 27:40. Okay, y'all. Within hours of the Trump takeover of the RNC, over 60 positions held by those who were not 100% Team Trump were eliminated. They also shut down the minority outreach program, completely defunded it, and it was working too. Are they finally dropping all pretenses and starting to say the quiet parts out loud?
Oh, hello, Trish. And yes, Sarah does look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, community outreach. So, was it minority outreach?
Minority outreach. Mm-hmm.
And they just...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cherry bomb. Shocked.
Yeah, so shocked. Yes.
I don't know what's going on at the RNC. Wheel of Fortune. It's card for the reading. Behind it's the world. Big changes there. For the reading itself, Temperance and Hierophant. So it's like, okay. Oh, thank you, Trish. Thank you.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Temperance of the Hierophant. This is the RNC. Okay. These are major arcana. Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. And the energy goes flat again. They're making big changes now, and these are people who are far right, but yeah, you're not really pulling in the voters. You must be loyal to the king. You must be the queen or the knight to help the king of wands, who is Trump. And this would be your voters in the middle. It's just a page. Oh, the dumbness. The stupid, it burns. So are they going to, let me pull 3 cards. Are they going to just reconfigure, reinstate minority outreach, something that would broaden it, you know, broaden the tent, expand the tent? Good God. Okay, attacks. We know attacks by the Covfefe swillers. Are they going to reinstate minority outreach, work on expanding the tent? Hermit, disappointment out in the cold. I'd say that's a no.
Yeah, a little bit. Wow. All right. Well, we have at 3140. Y'all brought the heat today, questions wise. So bless you. Lisa. Yes. Lisa has a couple of questions about the RNC that kind of all go with each other. So this is under the new category of breaking up is hard to do. So now that Liz Cheney, oh, Miss Sheila, that's so sweet. She gifted 5 memberships.
To random people in the chat. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So cool.
Sheila, the quilter. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Now that Liz Cheney has created a super PAC that is set up to help moderates and other candidates, will MAGA's hostile takeover of the RNC cause the GOP to split, with moderate Republicans defecting to Liz Cheney's version of the RNC GOP? Because that's essentially sort of what it's not officially a party, but if you're there to endorse, if you're gathering money to endorse candidates, it's kind of a party without a party. It's the party of don't go hunting with dad, but, you know, behave or dad will invite you on a hunting trip. But, you know.
No, there's kaboom to his friends.
Right? Yes.
So basically, is she forming a party is going to get traction and whatnot. She's still a Republican, do not forget. And she still has a whole lot of, enemy of my enemy might occasionally be useful, but she's not our friend.
Right.
She's making a decision here, and frankly, I think she's hoping to do some damage. I think she might be able to do some damage there, and definitely get some of the donors who are already saying they won't give any more money to the RNC. There's some big donors already saying that. But this does some damage to the MAGA movement. But
okay.
I mean, let me see what else I can pull, because the more I read on the cards, the more it was like, okay. But
yes, Amy. One must remember she is a Cheney, not very scrupulous people. Yes, they're big on the. I wouldn't want to be a pit stop on a Cheney revenge tour. Nope. Kevin McCarthy thinks he's a mean girl. No, he's got nothing.
What I'm getting is Cheney could do some damage to the Republican Party, because it's now MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
She's for the, adding some change to the institutions and what have you, but it doesn't mean she herself is going to. I'm not getting her becoming queen.
Okay.
But can she do some damage to MAGA by pulling aside some moderates? Yes.
Cool.
She can, but I'm, I don't even know if I would call her a kingmaker. And she is ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, she's ambitious.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me see. Hang on. Yeah, she's in a good position, but it's there's a little bit of folly if she's thinking it's going to be more than it is.
Okay.
And this is just changing the narrative or what have you. But the grassroots movement is stronger than her right now. Things could change in future, but yeah, it's not. I certainly don't get that we're going to have to switch from fighting MAGA to fighting Cheney party.
CC Reiner says the PAC is set up to run ads against Trump and MAGA candidates and provide support for non-MAGA candidates.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
you. And moving along. I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
No. Okay. Visualize 70 said Kevin is more clueless than Mean Girl.
This is true. Going along in the same vein, Lisa also asks, because of MAGA's hostile takeover of the RNC, the Republican convention is going to be interesting. Will you have Republican delegates refusing to nominate Trump as punishment for the MAGA takeover? And will it be enough
to make any difference? So is the Republican convention this summer, August, I want to say?
I think so.
Is the convention going to be contentious?
Popcorn-worthy.
Yeah. Ugh, I really don't want to watch it.
No. Somebody do a highlight reel.
Yeah.
We'll watch that.
All right. I think, this is not, I know this is not a channel for children.
Right.
Or even teenagers. We know what conventions are supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them. This is not, there's hardly anyone here who this is their first rodeo. But there are, and bless you. But this isn't what it's supposed to look like. This is real corruption of corruption by the extremists. Anyway, the first thing I'm getting is the Trump dynasty.
Yeah.
Both in money and in political power. I've got a death card. It's a death of that dynasty. That there's stuff between here and there that shows Trump more for who he is. It's harder to keep up the facade. They're not doing a great job knocking down the accomplishments of Biden and the Democrats. They're not, that's the center of it. They're not doing a good job there. There's Trump the man with his base of power, but this is more a Mar-a-Lago. So the convention is more like a vacation.
Wow.
I wonder if he's going to be there. It feels like he's not going to be there as much as you would think.
Well, he's probably going to refuse unless he knows they're literally going to hand it to him. Because he's not going to show up somewhere to be humiliated. His ego won't let him.
Deb Hope says the GOP convention is in July in Milwaukee.
Okay.
I thought that. Oh, it was the last Democratic convention in Milwaukee. I want to say it's in Chicago this time. I could be wrong.
Okay.
It's in July. Hang on. Oh, okay. A little stabbing in the back, metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Teresa Ford says, I don't think they'll have the money to fund it. That's a point. Isn't it the RNC who has to pay for the convention?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what if they don't have the money?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because of foolish actions by Lara and her ilk. Plus, Trump doesn't have the money because of legal matters. Is the RNC okay at 42 minutes in, or 41? Yeah. At 42 minutes in, is the RNC going to take place in a Walmart parking lot?
The Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons lawn care and garden center.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! Not saying they'd set it at one of Trump's properties, except they might not be his properties at that point.
I don't think he's going to have any really by then if they start snatching things up. And even then, they're all licensed anyway. Trump water and Oreos. Cosmic Old Lady says those are going to be the only refreshments.
The RNC.
Yeah. Run from a convention center to like a Holiday Inn little room. Oh no, hit me. I love that face in this. Yes.
All right, that's card for the reading.
Mm-hmm.
The dynasty, the Republicans, the Trump dynasty, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Homie wishes he was a Carrington, but go ahead.
Yeah. MAGA, all the way. Yes, and the plan, and we're going to do this, and right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a death card in the middle. Burden. Somebody's sitting pretty, but this is more the donors who do not give money to Trump or the RNC.
I mean, they're saving all kinds of dough this year. Pretty soon you're going to have like Kid Rock out there working the grill serving hot dogs in a tailgating parking lot. That's pretty much what the convention's going to be this year.
Wow. I know that they can try to raise money. Do different states contribute? Who pays for the convention?
The thing does.
Susie Buckingham says the nominee doesn't show up until the last day anyway.
Hmm.
Oh, he was, or his family at least, they were there.
Yeah, because Ivanka spoke a day or two ahead. Yeah, different people. Yeah.
Trump on vacation or not there. This is Mar-a-Lago. I don't know if he'd be at Mar-a-Lago, but this could be symbolic. But this is Trump.
Is he gonna tell her? It's like accepting the Oscars from the bathroom with all the documents in it. Like, accept his nomination remotely. That would be hysterical.
Oh gosh. Silence. High Priestess Temperance. This is the political convention of one of the two national parties in the United
supposed
States
to be
of
like
America.
a party.
Right. Matter of fact, there are stories like you might not want to go there. I say not family friendly. There's some not family friendly stories, but this might turn out to be a little more interesting than we're thinking.
Well, I'm all for shaking things up a little bit. So, okay.
Cherry Bomb's asking, what's our budget for this convention? $200? I would think that because I want to say that they've had to put money down for the convention center ahead of time when they made the...
Yeah, they would have had to have... Some of that's already... There's at least been a sizable deposit made on things. Now, vendors might not be squared up, but the venue should probably be sorted by now. If the venue was smart, they would have demanded all their money
up front.
Up front, yes.
And Rhonda Cox says he might be on house arrest. Lord,
is that why he's coming remotely from Mar-a-Lago?
Lord, I know we don't talk often.
Oh, that is hysterical. Okay.
From the bathroom with the more top secret documents. That would be hysterical. Well, thank you, Kelly. Thank you.
47. Oh, God. Oh, that is hysterical. At 4710, Lisa also says, MAGA's hostile takeover of the RNC will make it much harder for down-ballot moderate Republicans to win their seats.
Yes.
Will moderate Republicans suspend their campaign and head for the exits? Some have already. You and I were talking about this earlier. But will more follow?
Disappointment. There's also part of the problem Republicans are running into is the faces of the two parties are Biden, who did a very good job at the State of the Union, and authoritarian Trump. And not all Republicans are into that. Page of Wands. Moving. Charity. Not having the money to run a full campaign. It might not be a matter of they choose to. It may be a matter that, they're having a bake sale to buy lawn signs. Relatively speaking. I mean, there's still going to be money there, but it's not going to be good.
Nowhere near what it used to be. No.
But what is it Trump is up to? He spent, was it in here? No, it was somewhere else. Is it $76 million he has spent on legal fees so far?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Somewhere around $76 million on legal fees so far. With more to come.
At 4910, this is the last on this subject. Terry asks, since the RNC money now seems to go directly to Trump and not leaving anything for other Republicans running for their campaigns to have ads and rallies, have they given any consideration to the broad picture of that this is going to destroy them ultimately? Did they think it over at all? Because, I mean, assuming he can't go complete dictator like he wanted to, there's not going to be anybody in the House or the Senate because
or not as many people as there would be. What this comes down to is, did anybody watch when Lara Trump was made co-chair? of the RNC. Did anyone actually watch the voting? Because I did.
Yeah.
And it was literally some guy saying, all in favor of making Lara Trump chairperson of the RNC, say aye. And everyone just is aye, everyone saying. Everyone not in favor of Lara Trump becoming chairperson of the RNC say no, say nay or no. Silence. Now, if there had been a private vote where people had been allowed to just mark on paper,
yeah, that'd be a little different.
Some tells me that would be a little different because they basically just sat there and, all in favor, jawohl. I mean, it was the wife of the child of the Führer. Here she is. That's her. She's working, it's all working for her to renegotiate, reorganize, make the changes. And she's willing to do the work to fire people, to make the changes. And she's in charge. I don't know I don't even know. I don't think the average person even, I don't know if the average person even knows she's in charge of she's the co-chair of the RNC. But I don't even know I can never remember who the other person is. Yeah. It's her and some guy, and I can't even remember who he is.
Yeah,
It's all about her now. And her position. And yeah.
Whew. Okay. Well, that wraps up the RNC talk.
All right. We've got about 8 minutes left, or 7.5 minutes left.
So, here's your warning.
Yes. Here's your warning.
Here's your warning. We're going to look at some things from across the pond. We'll look. I'll make sure the Boebert stuff with Ken Buck goes in tomorrow, so all of that will not be lost. But we're about to look at some stuff across the pond. If this is not your cup of tea, or if you're tired of hearing about it, totally understand.
Please remember, you are not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead.
Absolutely.
And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for being here.
Yes.
Now, if you are at all interested in this bizarreness, yes, Mini Mercury, we are going to be talking about the missing Catherine. Because it just got weirder and weirder and weirder.
Yes. Yes, it did. So,
I'm kind of tempted to pull up some images from our discussion.
Sure.
Because we're not going to go too far afield. I don't want to go too far into the conspiracies because but there's some dodgy stuff. All right. So, if I just go into for those who don't know.
Have you talked about it all this week?
No. I've talked about it before.
Yes.
So,
I didn't know. Yeah.
So what hang on, I'm trying to find the right. Okay. So right up through Christmas Day. Christmas Day was the last time that Catherine, Princess of Wales, was seen.
By the public, yes.
By the public that we're certain of.
Yes.
Right? She was there. The kids were there. Everybody was there. All right. Now, that was December 25th. On December 28th, an ambulance.
A stream of them.
An ambulance and a lot of cars and vehicles were seen exiting where the Waleses
Sandringham,
live.
I think. Yeah.
Sandringham.
It was where they were for Christmas. Yeah, Sandringham.
Where they were for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no word about why did they need an ambulance on December 28th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So silence. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then around January 12th, somewhere around there, they said that Kate Middleton, and we call in the States, we call her Kate Middleton because I think the thing of Kate gets too caught up in our own celebrity cultures and the other Kates that are famous. So
we're not saying it to be disrespectful.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. So there are just a lot of, yes, rose blue scent, Sangrenham. Yeah.
Yeah.
So around then they said that Kate had not only abdominal surgery, but scheduled abdominal surgery. Here's the thing. She had stuff scheduled for that time period. So the idea of her having, okay, so this is the first red flag. Okay. Sure. If they took a couple of weeks off, a few weeks off after Christmas, just hunkered down, family time, awesome. Okay. Great. This is for, she's had abdominal surgery. We're not giving more details. Fair enough. Wish her well. It's scheduled. And we're canceling all these things that she had scheduled. Okay. Maybe not a red flag, but certainly a yellow flag of,
sorry, Cece, there's multiple outlets with that with multiple video. So there's lots of video from the ambulance. So there were a ton of paps nearby.
Yeah.
So
there was definitely an ambulance and vehicles exiting from there. So all right. So okay. She's going to be, they said she's going to be in the hospital for 2 weeks. That's a long time. But then again, they have, at that level, they have all kinds of health care that the rest of us don't get in the world. Right. All right. Odd, but all right. While she was in the hospital,
which we never saw her go to.
Yeah, we never saw her go.
Never saw her leave.
Never saw her leave. Her husband visited that hospital once in those 2 weeks. Her children did not visit at all. Okay. King Charles, went into the hospital and was, relatively open about what he was there for. And while he was there, they found cancer that they say is unrelated to what he went for. Okay. So he's fighting cancer. They've been talking about that. They haven't given a lot of details, but that's the upshot. Now, while Charles was in the hospital, Camilla visited. I want to say William visited. There were visitors. There were lots of visitors.
And we saw him leave.
Saw him,
get there and leave. Right.
Yeah, we saw him arrive. We saw him leave. All right. So next thing we hear is Kate is at home recuperating. The children are fetching and carrying, and William has taken over the cooking, and all is right and well with the world.
Cool.
Nobody saw her leave the hospital. Nobody's seen anything. Nothing. All right. So she's at home recuperating. Whatever. Okay. At this point, it's like, okay, whatever. They're rich people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The children did not go back to school. They're suddenly being tutored. Yeah. They're suddenly being homeschooled. The children are being homeschooled and have been since the beginning of the year. No one, there has been no public. No one has seen the children in public at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No Kate, no children.
Yes.
Okay. So then we come up, and now we're well into, now we're coming
Mm-hmm.
up to Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So the palace puts out this picture.
Now, initially, the palace said that William took the picture.
Yes.
Yes. So William took this picture of Kate and the kids, where she's wearing
Right.
skinny jeans after severe abdominal surgery.
Right here. I can, and let me share this. All right. Up here, it's actually, it was a little wider than that, but up in the top left here, that's what they released. But it was discovered pretty quickly that there was some serious photoshopping, like heavy duty photoshopping in this picture where things aren't lining up.
Right.
The outfits they're wearing, Kate, George in the back, and Charlotte, these are clothes that they were wearing at a charity event back in, I want to say November of last year.
But the colors are changed.
Yeah, they've darkened. Like if you look closely, George has a checkered shirt on that's just like the one, but they've, instead of it being checkered, which would be really obvious, they've darkened it so it's a blue on blue check now.
Mm-hmm.
What is different is this skirt that Charlotte's wearing, but if you look closely, it juts out on the side here. It doesn't like, oh, you know, it then folds in toward her waist. It doesn't fold in. It just goes straight up, and there's almost like it's just like open.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same shoes, the same card, that same ruffled neckline. It's just, yeah. So there's all of that. There's everything you can imagine wrong with this picture. So
the AP and Reuters.
Yeah, Reuters, they said, hang on, nobody use this picture. It's been manipulated.
By the source.
Yes, by the source. And here's the thing. Do you think that there aren't any photoshopped pictures out being used? Of course there are. But this is such a fabrication.
Mm-hmm.
This is such a fabrication. They were like, no, absolutely just not. So next thing we hear is, now when William put out what he had to say, he used his own, apparently it's an issue, he used the W with the crown over it, which is his symbol, not their symbol.
He's reverted to his old signet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the palace put out supposedly put out Kate's response to this picture being pulled, which was Kate, or just signed, it was signed C, where she said that she's an amateur photographer and she likes to make them look good, and so and play around in Photoshop, and she takes full responsibility for this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Signed C.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and we still haven't heard. Okay, it's like, all right, then release the original picture. Palace has done nothing.
And then the very next morning.
Yep. And then the next morning, let me pull that up. Oh no, we forgot. Don't forget, back before this, there was that picture of
her with her mom.
Supposedly.
Mom. Yeah.
Supposedly. We went through that here. Was it last week?
Mm-hmm. I think you did. Yes. I wasn't with you on that one, but yeah.
Yeah, but we went through that it looks awful Pippa-ish. Okay, so there was that weirdness. Then we get this Mother's Day picture that is a whole bunch of what?
Mm-hmm.
And let me scroll down and grab this. So then they release, actually you had all three of these, but let's just okay, let's look
The
at
broader one that shows the bricks. You have to go back a bit. Then they release, supposedly Monday morning, there was an event. I think she froze for a second. But
yeah, sorry
Monday
about
morning,
that. I lost internet for a second. Here we go. So they released this image. Supposedly, this is William here, and that's Kate looking out the other window, facing the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They were on their way. He was going to there was a mass.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to the church. She was going to another appointment. So that's supposedly her, and then she did not go where he was going. Now, there's a couple of things being pointed out here. One is that you see this brick here? It's light. There's a
Newer
light
grout.
orange.
Yeah.
Well, there's newer grout, but you've got a light orange. You've got a brick red. You've got this one has kind of some blue tints to it. Here's more of a dirty brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
The brick all up here is red. They don't match. Matter of fact, I want to say there's another picture that's not even as close in as this.
Mm-hmm.
That you can see clearly, this brick doesn't match this brick.
Right.
At all. Mm-mm. So it's like, all right, well, okay, let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe there's a good explanation, except if you start looking closely. Let me go down to here. I started doing a little, because there's a picture someone found that if you reverse it, and Sarah figured out which picture it was, that if you reverse it, it fits perfectly. Let me show you. There is a picture from 2019. Actually, there was Harry's shoulder in the way, but right up to the chin, there's this picture with this hat that fits exactly. And if you make it more strongly or weaker, it's the same thing. I even took out the shoulder, but if you'll notice in the original, there's still a line that is conveniently in exactly the same spot as where that picture was cut off. Mm-hmm. They just got rid of her earring. Matter of fact, you can kind of see the bow in some of them. So, yeah, they match exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's a little odd.
And supposedly the route from the palace to the mass is like 2 miles. In that, there are many paps in the UK. There are many paps who know with all of this going on, they would be paid so much money. Mm-hmm. But supposedly, there was one pap who got one picture.
Right.
That's it.
Or it says they got 3. Actually, there's just tiny variations.
The movement of her head doesn't change.
She moves back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like if she's there, her whole body moved back just a little bit. So it turns out that picture I was showing, if it fits exactly, this is from that same thing that happened back then, back in 2019?
2016.
16?
Mm-hmm.
The bricks match what's over the car, what she's wearing, the bricks are the same.
I'm just saying it's weird.
Yeah. So now here's, even if you say there's nothing to this, and hopefully I'm with you. I hope there's nothing to this.
Oh, actually, Amy Jones, Easter, it's been pushed back from Easter because she's been removed from everything through June now. So all of the official notifications that had her listed, like Trooping of the Color and all that stuff through June, she has been removed from the attendance list. At least through June.
Yeah. And now they're saying they're saying it will be June probably. Yeah, that's the upshot of that. So look, it could be totally innocuous. We're not saying that we know exactly. We're kind of filling you in on what we know and what other people are, now we're not going we're not going as far afield as some people are going, but that's my big point about this is people should not we shouldn't be having this conversation.
Mm-mm. It's to the point where they're talking about at White House press briefings.
Right. Someone brought it up to the White House and asked the representative for the White House about this. I mean, this is a big deal. And
they're just making it worse for themselves.
Yes. Very much so. And
that Henry VIII meme that I sent you yesterday pretty much sums it up. The Henry VIII.
I think did I send that? I think I sent that to you actually.
Oh no, I thought I dropped it in the.
Okay, then I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're right. Let me find.
I can send it back to you really quickly because I've got it on my phone.
I just have to get to it. There we go. Which I think, yes, we will agree that we ran across this and never was something truer. Let me go in a little.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not the one I was talking about.
Okay.
You're good, but that's hysterical.
Yeah.
That is hysterical.
Yeah. So no, which one were you talking about?
I just resent it to you in
okay, hang on. Let me fix the zoom. Go down to the
You're
bottom.
good. Hang on 1 second, CZ.
And yeah, let me share this. David Miner says, all these readers and nobody has an answer for entertainment purposes. Oh, I haven't even picked up the cards yet. Here. But I wanted to give you all
what everybody else is saying. This amused me, though.
Why don't you read it if you don't mind?
The fact remains that Watergate could be ended in minutes by Kate Middleton and an intern with an iPhone. It's increasingly bizarre that they have not taken what would be an easy way out of this. Another account, Anne Boleyn's account, says, I was literally just saying this. Henry VIII said, I knew I liked you for a reason. Those accounts are not related, but that whole exchange tickled me.
Yeah.
So, yes. But that's a very valid point. This whole thing, like that.
Yep. And I haven't seen that yet, Chicky. Cash Peters posted a video today of Kate's energy. Very strange. Yeah, I've been looking at this off and on, and yeah, this is not. Marie Sutton said Cash Peters followed her energy in pictures this morning. She appeared to be in isolation. Shall I share my readings? The graphics
That
I
is
made after
completely
all?
up to you.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to show Sarah a graphic or a couple of readings I did last night with 2 decks. I did 5 cards with the card for the reading. And I took a picture, and I knew that it would be hard to describe it. So I actually made a graphic, which you can't even see the cards at this point. But this is what I was getting last night. I did 2 readings with the Housewives deck and then the Rider-Waite deck. And in both of these, for the reading, I got corruption, cruelty, theft, deceit, lies. All right, that's the card for the reading. Then for the first set, 3 of Wands. So watching Page of Pentacles, children, especially George, Queen of Cups, an emotional woman, motherly energy, 8 of Pentacles working, 8 of Swords hemmed in. Second reading I did, 7 of Swords, thief, deceit, lies. Wheel of Fortune, change in destiny, temperance, maybe quieting down speculation, but also just doing the work, because right next to it is another card. If we got 8 of Pentacles twice, working. Star, fame, celebrity, attention, and 6 of Swords, which is leaving, being moved, something here, hemmed in up here. So you put it together, well, we know that what the palace is saying, that whole world, the palace, House of Windsor, the firm, the whole thing, it's pretty toxic. I don't think that's a stretch. And this is bad. This could be something specifically someone did, or it could just be the whole situation. If you look at these cards together, it looks like Kate felt like she won the lottery when she married her prince and had beautiful children. Change in destiny, Waity Katie, as they used to call her. She got her prince. They had their children, waiting for a ship to come in, temperance, and then doing the work. She did everything that was asked of her and worked hard. Motherly energy, 8 of Pentacles working, 8 of Pentacles working in the spotlight. At the end, she's leaving or she's severely restricted right now. 8 of Swords hemmed in, 6 of Swords leaving, or it's the people in the boat with the swords in the boat hemmed in. So if Cash Peters is getting her in isolation, yeah. And not only have we not seen Kate since Christmas, we haven't seen her kids either. I'm not saying anything's happened to the kids. I'm saying they have talk about isolation.
I just want her to be okay. That's all.
Yes. I want them all to be okay.
Yes.
But this is bad. This is bad PR. This is bad.
That part.
And then William's been seen out twice, and in both instances, he was even though he was supposed to be standing there. Yeah, he wasn't normal. He was leaning a bit more. He was Oh, actually, when he went to the BAFTAs alone, and then somebody asked him about Kate, and he ignored it.
Yeah, it's all just, it's very, very odd. So yeah, it's go ahead.
Lucky Girl's asking if you had the
I'm looking for that Lucky Girl. Give me 1 second. No, you're good.
Agnes Scare is asking, could she be pregnant? Didn't want people to know, or bed rest. They would announce that.
Well, either way, that would. I don't think it would have gone this far.
Yeah. Look, yeah, and this energy is hanky.
Nobody needs to know all the gory details of exactly what's going on with her. She is a person. Okay.
Right.
Now, do I think that she should be held the same standard that they held Meghan to? Absolutely. Having said that, I'm not going to go too far down that road. I think that she's entitled. Like, nobody needs to know her exact diagnoses. Nobody needs to know exact. That's fine.
Right.
But again, like
we don't know if she's okay.
said, Yes, and this whole thing with like an intern with an iPhone and a 10-second, thank you so much for all the thoughts and prayers. I'm sorry, a little puffy right now. Meds, blah 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 blah. Join me in wishing King Charles a speedy recovery. Something,
right, and
it's nothing,
right, and the monarchy does not. They want to remain. The monarchy in the UK very much. They put themselves out there, and they do all this charity work, and they get in front of cameras to build goodwill, to like, this is the work they do.
right?
Well, they're not working.
None of them are. The 4 senior royals are not working right now.
Right.
Camilla has stopped to help take care of Charles. Totally understandable. Yep. William's not working for personal reasons, and Kate's out. Charles is
a cancer, obviously. Yeah. And let's face it, how they treated Diana, running up this whole thing about she was mentally unbalanced, and
there's already some of those stories starting to drop discreetly, which is sad.
Yeah, and it's like, no, we've seen this play before, and it wasn't good the last time. There are all kind of questions going on and on about no, far afield, and I'm not even going there, about affairs and other children and all. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, Rose's baby doesn't look anything like William.
Yeah,
I mean, other than the blonde hair, but that a lot of kids have blonde when they're younger, and it changes. So yeah, it's fine.
Somebody's pulled some strings, and there is some definite isolation here with the choice, and it's stark. But somebody pulled strings, and this Wheel of Fortune flipped in a hurry. Now, the other thing to remember is, why aren't the Middleton's parents and everybody, why aren't they saying something? Well, as long as
uncle did.
Well, Kate's uncle said something, but they don't trust Kate's uncle. I don't actually believe they would have told him the truth personally.
This is true.
But the Middletons, their company went bankrupt, and William had to give them a lot of money. So, as long as they know she's alive, or she's in as good a condition as she can be in, then they're not going to say anything. But yeah.
Marin, you're very sweet. Lucky Girl and CC, the original, I'm going to need to go look on the Wayback Machine, because the ambulance footage was shown around before it was announced that Kate. People were talking about it on the 28th. Like, it was all over social media, and some of the, of course, none of the local ones, none of the British media, but the rest of the world was starting to ask questions. And then all of a sudden, those articles started vanishing right about the time that the Kate thing started, right about the time of the abdominal surgery. Also, the morning of the 28th, it is interesting to note that they released their schedules for 2024, and it was full. It was jam-packed. So there was no, as of the morning of the 28th, there was no planned surgery, because she had scheduled everything fully booked. So it would have been within those few weeks. Now, that's not to say that something didn't happen. Of course it can. But
28th of December.
December, Lucky Girl, sorry. So
I saw that video in the last couple of days. It's around. It's not.
Yeah, it's around. Because it was originally people who were out and about in the little community near Sandringham. Like, they saw a bunch of ambulances coming out of the ambulances and emergency personnel. There was one ambulance and some emergency personnel that came blaring out of there with their little blue lights going. So
you can't see who's inside, though.
No, of course not. No, I mean, it could have been a maid could have hurt her ankle. You don't know. I mean, we're not saying that equated that. It's just something's up.
Michelle, you're saying Catherine's mother was seen leaving the hospital in tears? I hadn't seen that. Do you have a link?
Seen that. Mm-mm.
If you have a link, oh, please. Linda John says William doesn't want Harry to be with his father. He came in. Yeah, Harry came to visit Charles. He was there for 45 minutes. That was it.
CC, I just explained that there were people who were starting to pick it up ahead of time. I need to go back on the Wayback Machine and go find it. And then I will drop those links to you.
All right. So, and the last thing Mary Smith says, so much speculation, so little proof. Yeah, exactly.
Across the board on both sides. But that might change because all of the speculation has invited 2 new groups to the chat. That would be the Swifties and the K-pop stands have decided they're going to solve this. And this is a group of people who they have nothing to, well, I'm not saying they have nothing to do, but they are, if there is electronic proof of anything, they are known for their data mining. For those of us old enough to only remember there being 3 channels on TV, we have now gotten to the point to where on an amateur level, imagine if there was a group that was like comprised of Jessica Fletcher, Columbo, and Matlock with the tenacity of like the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew on speed, or actually on Red Bull. And now you know what we're looking at. So that should be interesting. But yeah.
So you have to understand the depth, the vast amounts of information both of those groups regularly know the minutia of. So, what I am getting is the kids will be okay. For what it's worth, because we throw it out there, the kids will be fine. Kids, good. But the rest of this is hinky.
And Electra, Storm, you are correct. We do need to mind the time. So.
And Lynn Jones says the world have always had secrets, but not like this. Yeah. And frankly, they want to carry on this tradition. Well, you know, your tradition includes Henry VIII, and it includes the princes in the Tower, and it includes what they did to Diana, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it's not a good look. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. So anyway, we just wanted to talk about it. Just a conversation. And because this should not be a thing. And the palace is just,
they're not doing themselves any favors.
They're not doing themselves any. This is terrible PR.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I think we can at least agree on that. It's not a good look. And for right now, with Charles out, the British people, I would assume, need some sort of reassurance that everything's cool. Everybody's cool.
Yeah.
Everything's good. And they're not getting it. So, yes, entertainment only YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to do it for us. And like I said, even at the beginning of this, I just wanted to, we even said, look, this may not be your cup of tea. We totally get that. This is, we talk about politics, and this has reached a level where they're asking about it
at the White
House. Mm-hmm. So this is a thing, and that's what we do here. So anyway, but that is going to, that's going to do it for today. And you'll notice I have not talked about this for days and days and days. And trust me, there's been a lot to talk about, but I'm like, no, Sarah's on, we'll talk about it at the end. And other than that, I'll take care of the other stuff. So anyway, here we are. Thank you. Valerie Cravette says, I enjoy these weird little forays. Thank you. Thank you. Cosmic Goat Lady says, it's not uncommon to have royal families educate their children at home. Suddenly mid-year?
Yeah,
all of them?
Weird. Yeah, it's a little weird.
All three of them suddenly mid-year.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Anyway.
So.
Yes, Victory out in New Zealand. Kate was seen in her mother's car on the 5th of March. There's a photo. Oh, yeah.
She read about that last week.
Yeah, went into vivid details on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. Reversed images. We wish Kate the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
absolutely.
I think everybody knows us by now. We don't want anybody hurting, and that's one of the reasons we're saying, excuse us. We want just heck at this point. I'm not saying anything has happened to her. I do believe she's alive. We just want proof of life. We just want to know. That's not a lot to ask. That's not a lot to ask, considering your whole job is being in the public.
Right. And CC Ryder, I understand what you're saying about strongly suggest you only advance information from trusted sources. And 9 times out of 10, that's what we do here. But this has blown up beyond the fact that the only things available are scraps, and everything that the trusted sources have given have been proven to be manipulated to the point where Reuters and AP are like, no. CNN is actually going back and looking at all the metadata of every single released photo for years now. I mean, major media outside of the UK is picking up that this is not good. So at what point does small things, tips, become big things?
Right. But we're also not, and I agree with that 100%, Sarah, but we're also not going super far afield, because the palace is letting the most ridiculous stories fester, and we're not even going there. So, all right.
Just saying this is what folks are talking about. So,
ta-da. All right. Deborah Johnson said there's nothing wrong with asking questions. In fact, it is necessary. There we go. All right. So it is 1:48 p.m. Oh, jeez. But thank you for being on, Sarah. Thank you for going through this with me. You're just such a good person.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you. Yes, Amelia, they asked at the White House. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. As I said earlier, you are not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hang in there. And I will see you right back here tomorrow. All right. Take care. Thank you.